Hi, my name is Madison Brown and I work for Central Washington University's Outdoor Pursuits and Rentals. Today I'm going to discuss some basic logistics planning for hiking and outdoor recreating in Washington State. This video will not discuss essential gear to bring or what to wear, rather it will discuss the various passes required to recreate in Washington State, where to find those passes, how to plan and choose trips, and as well as other important information to consider when planning a trip. There is a plethora of land management departments at the state and federal level. Each level and department is responsible for managing different resources. For example, the National Park Service is controlled by the Department of Interior for the sake of preservation and education, whereas the National Forests are controlled by the Department of Agriculture, which can utilize these forests for resources such as timber, grazing, recreation, fish, and so forth. Although the number of organizations that exist can initially be overwhelming and confusing, we will only focus on a few of these organizations. Along with each land management department, there are different passes required to access these areas. For example, national parks require what is known as an annual pass, national forests can require an annual pass or a Northwest Forest Pass, and Washington state parks can require what is known as a discovery pass. In addition to these, some trailheads, such as national wildlife refuges, also charge additional day fees. So before I jump in how to find a pass for the hike you're going on, how to find passes in general. Some of you may be wondering why passes are necessary, because it does seem kind of frustrating. You want to go outside, you have to remember to buy this pass, print this pass, and you have to get it in time for your hike. Passes are very necessary to maintaining clean trailheads. There's oftentimes bathrooms at trailheads, and people vandalize bathrooms, people vandalize the trails. There can be bridges. All these needs maintaining and fixing. I mean, even the trails need maintaining sometimes when areas can get washed out. And so there are volunteers who work to fix these, but they do need resources and the tools to do so. So your money is going towards just preserving the land that you're using. So now I will show you how to find the passes you need for different hikes. To begin with, Washington Trails Association is an excellent website for both beginners and advanced hikers. If you go type in WTA or Washington Trails Association, it should come up. And you click on it, and then you can go up to the Go Outside option, and you can go to Hike Finder Map or Hiking Guide, either one. And if you scroll down on the left, there are a bunch of options you can use to filter and find a hike. It also tells you the required passes you need, so you can see how many there are, the ones we've discussed. And then say you wanted to find a specific hike. You've heard about friends talking about it. For example, one in Leavenworth. You type in the area, you can adjust it to how long you want, and you click search. When the hike you want comes up, you can click on it, and it'll tell you what pass you need. So this one needs a Northwest Forest Pass. If it doesn't need a pass, it will say no pass required. If you click on that, then it'll take you to the different passes, and it gives you an explanation of why we have them, when you need them, and if you go to the Go Outside as well, it takes you to the same exact page that explains all the different passes. And there they are with some cost. So another good website to visit is All Trails. I do believe you have to have a membership to get on. It does not have to be paid, although you can upgrade. So you go to All Trails, and in the search bar, you can type in the place where you'd like to visit. So for example, say you wanted to go to Mount Rainier. Type in Mount Rainier, you click on the place you want to go, and then it gives you options of the hikes nearby. So I'm just going to click the first one. And if you scroll down in the description, it'll tell you that a national park pass is required. So now I'll show you how to buy Northwest Forest permits. So if you just type in Northwest Forest permits, anything like I have at the top, and then go to Region 6, it'll bring you to the annual Northwest Forest Pass. If you go to the left, it shows recreation passes and permits. You can click on that. And it'll give you all the options you have for buying different permits. And at the bottom, it has the annual pass, which is what we were just on. And then above that, it'll have day passes. And click on that. If you scroll down to the bottom, there's different options for buying it. So there's one you can buy online and print at home. Or there is the option to have it mailed to you. So if you click on the first one, it'll bring you to a page where you type in the day you're going to use it, license plate number, destination, and then it gives you instructions on how to place it in your car. Go back, and go to the mail option. Same thing, just gives you directions on how to use it. If we go back to the annual pass, it tells you what it is, how much it costs, why it's important. And then the annual pass you can actually buy in person. And so I will tell you next where to buy that. So now I'll show you how to look up vendors where you can buy the Northwest Forest Pass. So if you just type in Northwest Forest Pass vendors like I have up top, and then click vendor locations, it'll give you options to look by city, by name, or by national forest. So I'm going to scroll down to Ellensburg. Click submit. And these are the options nearby where you can buy the pass. And if you scroll down, you can use the other ones too, whatever you prefer. So now we will look up how to buy the America the Beautiful annual pass. So if you type in what I have there in the search bar, and then click on the first thing that comes up, it'll take you to plan your visit. You can keep scrolling down, and it'll give you all the different passes you can buy. It is free if you're in the military, and it's free if you're in 4th grade. And then there's senior discounts too. So one way to buy it is online. Click this link and add the product to your cart. And you check out from there. You go back. You can also buy it on site at national parks. So if you go to this chart, it gives you a list of places to buy it. Something else that you might come across when you're looking up hikes is permits instead of passes. And so I'll explain to you what permits are now and where to find those. So say you're looking up a hike like the Enchantments. You go into Washington Trails, you look it up, click on it, and it tells you need a Northwest Forest Pass and a permit. So if you click on this link, it brings you to the different permits there, how to get them, why they're important. So click on North Cascades, and you scroll down, and it tells you when it's required, who it's for, how to get them, reservations, or if you want to walk up and get one. Overall, permits are important because they help maintain the capacity of people going out on hikes. And so it's beneficial for both the hiker because there's less crowds and you get to experience being in nature with a little more solitude. And it's also beneficial for the environments in which you're hiking in because instead of seeing a lot of traffic, it's regulated. So other than the fact that passes and permits help the environment and help fund maintaining our trails and our trail systems, there are punishments and fines if you do not have passes required. They're pretty easy to get, and it's a lot cheaper to just buy the pass initially than be fined or even potentially go to jail. And if you want to, you have options like the National Forest Pass. You can just buy the day pass, which is $5 rather than committing to the $30. And if you find that you're using it more than 6 times, then commit to the $30 because you know you'll use it. So there are options, and it's just better to buy the pass and be prepared. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it helped you. And if you ever have any questions about exploring Washington and the beautiful parks and trails that we have, feel free to contact OPR at Central Washington University. Thank you.